Continuing on, we had in a protection sheet the dungeons, and there are 3 maps. And if you look at it, I think you start with a star, then you go to a room, and I think you have to discover first this one, and it's one way only. The Crypt of Thorns. Well, it looks nice. I think the star also means that you have to start there, and you can explore some simple part. 13, I don't know, let's say interesting. How do you get there? Blood runes, nice picture. 17, I think, belongs to the story. Let me check. 17, would it be here? 25, 10, 15, 17. As the Zogmere fisherman drags up his empty nets in the crimson dusk, he calls out to you with a friendly wave. Bad catch today, he says, but I can tell you about a little curiosity I discovered in the jungle if you share a meal with me. And turn to 57. So I don't think that the dungeons are referred to, or maybe it is 57. 57. 5, 6, 7. I was exploring a muddy path on the northern shore of the large island to the east. It led to a dry well. Don't see that. There were a few skeletons at the bottom, but I was too afraid to climb down. The midday sun shone down for a few moments, and I thought I saw one of the skeletons holding a key. Remove one low morale and return to the ship. Oh, no, that's definitely not related. Dan heb je de Caldera Fortress. Nice parts. But the story points probably refer to something else. Coral Temple. Artwork is nice. Here you start at the bottom always, apparently, and here also, the Fishbone Vault. So, how does it work? Well, dungeons. So let's search for 2 and 17. Okay, so for 2, you need to have Explore token D. Otherwise you can't, but here it says the edge of a leather bag pokes out of the snow. When you dig it out, you find a bottle of red liquid and a bottle of picked vegetables. Okay, so they are, I think, completely different. But when do you start these? Okay, within the Wandering Sea. This is the dungeon rules. Are hidden dungeons where the threats are many and unexpected rewards and encounters await. This expansion includes 6 dungeons to explore during your campaign of Sleeping Gods. You can incorporate these dungeons into the game right away, even in your first campaign, although we recommend that you get a little experience in the standard game before delving into one of the dungeons. To explore the dungeon, first find the location of the dungeon on the game atlas. At that location, when you take an explore action, you can choose either to read the standard base game storybook entry or enter the dungeon that is located there. So to start Wishbone Vault, you do go to, but you go to the map instead. Atlas. So the Wishbone Vault would put a title, Ryan. But these things are R or 2. So we look for 2, 1, and 5. Things like that. So here, 5. That no, that's not a 5. The good 5. It would be a circle 5. Oh, if you see it, beats me. Maybe they mean the base game. I think it's the R of Ruins. No, it's not here, so it must be in the base game. But 5 is not something hot in the base game, and 2 is the starting point. Don't get it. Probably too dumb for this game. And starting with a new player, you take a turn doing 3 dungeon actions: move, explore, camp. This is a camp card. And these were things that you had to do a skill check on, as we saw before. And follow the directions as in the standard base game. I think this is the simple version actually, without the ship. You may return to the dungeon on a later turn. Very short paragraphs. A lot of continue. I wouldn't hunt the internet down for this. I think the emphasis is mostly on the fun and exploring parts, and not so much on the story part. So this was all of Types of Ruin. And, well, as I said before, you get value for money if you go for the Kickstarter edition. This is a separate product that you have to buy in retail form, so I don't think it's much more worth than, say, $10 or something. 15. Probably the price is much higher. So this goes here. This goes here. Like so. Now, ideally this would have place, because I of course forgot how to organize efficiently. Now you have to place these things. It's not going to fit. Maybe first place these things like so. Like so. These decks cannot be too thick, so I would suggest to put all the enemies just in the into the base game as much as possible, because they have good space there. So yeah, this is all of Types of Ruins. And this says about the expansion. Yeah, okay, 2 to 4 players. It's not true. You can play through solo. No. Goodbye. Some other things I printed out. I always go pretending like I want to play this game forever, otherwise, oh shit. Well, otherwise, why bother? So, the first printing, errata, version 1.1. Survival tips, essential errata, storybook errata. I all included it already. The FAQ. FAQ mostly says don't forget about Gloria. These are some board game geek things that you can use to hold the tokens in. And it's for my future, for the future owner of this game to make intelligent use of it. And this is the first attempt of Ryan to fix his broken game. Easy mode. You start with 20 XP, 20 starting coins, 1 meat, a grain and a vegetable, so it's initially a bit better, but you will run out anyway. A lot of people that struggled first find the easy mode a refresher. Then we move on to the big box. I think I need a little bit more space here. So this looks great. I mean, it's eye-catching. It's golden. You can see it shining in the corner. Also, you can put it like so while playing to hold your stuff contained on a small European table. The box is sturdy, good quality. This is a thick storybook, and what you get then is the starting point is starting point 2. So actually, instead of entering here, you would go into a dungeon. So you would replay, I think the ship does play a part. Then the stupid board. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3. I already explained why that's a bad design. Then the first time read story I, so story 1, 2, where all your abilities get stripped. Very nice. And this is the 3-4 players thing. So you can see, for example, 2, 3 here is 1, 2, 3. So it's for less players, 1 to 2 or 3 to 4. It's a bit more balanced. I don't know for whom. You get the summary. That's not a summary. The quick start guide is very important. I think I will put it on the top. The rule book. The most important part of the rule book is that you need to add the index. I'm going to zoom in. The index is on page 38, and it misses almost everything. This is something that's actually essential if you want to enjoy it as best as you can. So what you put here is I'm afraid the resolution is not high enough. Shall I turn it a bit? Let me see. This should work. Okay, what you should put here is artifacts, and then you Control F for the digital version to write out where the entries are all in. But you need artifacts, block, combat action token, craft, cunning, defeat of players, flying, food, frightened, low morale, madness, meat, perception, room, see ship room, range, resource, savvy, ship action figure, ship room, starting region, strength, synergy point, venom, and weekend. For at least, so this will cost you an hour of your life, because Ryan just couldn't be bothered to write an actual index. Okay. And then you can start playing with the quick start guide. The quick start guide has you defeat 2 monsters. What else is necessary here? Yeah, I think it all is doable. And then I also printed out, and you should also do that, the achievement list, so you can play the campaign 2 times in a row completely, because you unlock the cards 171, 172 after 4 quests, after 7 totems, different totems. So here are all the totems. I have no idea, because this is ruin, this is dungeons. So you need a complete game if you want to go for all the achievements. That's for sure. You need dungeons also, so you need actually the Kickstarter game. That's not nice, but you can at least do the rest of the things. And then you have 13 different endings. You want to unlock all of them. Well, good luck trying that. The used quests wasn't really much. Contains the explore tokens, the synergy icons. What else? Yeah. Now I remember what was wrong with all of these parts. Damage tokens. I counted them, and here are the references where to use them. That's optional, of course, like most things in life. Ship action figure. This is the magnetic card box. It holds the cards in a magnetized form, and maybe I can put